George Soros, a Hungarian-American billionaire hedge fund manager and philanthropist. Born Georgi Schwartz on August 12, 1930, Soros has amassed significant wealth over the years. As of October 2023, his net worth stood at a staggering $6.7 billion. What sets Soros apart is his remarkable generosity. He's donated over $32 billion to the Open Society Foundations, with $15 billion already distributed. This represents a remarkable 64% of his original fortune, earning him the title of the most generous giver by Forbes, especially in terms of percentage of net worth. Despite his immense wealth, Soros is known for his commitment to social causes and philanthropy. He's a resident of New York, where he continues to make a significant impact on various global issues through his charitable endeavors. George Soros came into the world on August 12, 1930, in Budapest, within the Kingdom of Hungary. He was born into a well-off Jewish family, but like many in their social circle, they didn't embrace their Jewish heritage. In fact, Soros humorously refers to his childhood home as a Jewish anti-Semitic home. His mother, Erzsébet, also known as Elizabeth, ran a prosperous silk store, while his father, Tivadar, also known as Theodoros Fark, was not only a lawyer, but also a prominent Esperanto author. Tivadar, who had endured the hardships of being a prisoner of war during and after World War I, instilled in his son a proficiency in Esperanto, even editing an Esperanto literary magazine. In March 1944, when George Soros was just 13 years old, Hungary fell under Nazi occupation. Like many Jewish children, he was forbidden from attending school and instead was directed to report to the Judenrat, the Jewish council set up during the occupation. Soros later recounted his experience during this time, recalling how he was tasked with distributing deportation notices to Hungarian Jewish lawyers. His father instructed him to deliver the slips of paper and warn the recipients that reporting would lead to deportation, though the full extent of their fate was unclear. Fortunately, Soros and his family managed to survive the war by obtaining documents that falsely claimed they were Christians. In a courageous act, Soros posed as the godson of an official in the collaborationist Hungarian government, who himself had a Jewish wife in hiding. His father Tivadar played a crucial role in saving not only their immediate family, but also many other Hungarian Jews, earning 1944 the title of the happiest year in Soros's life for witnessing his father's heroism. Following the war, Soros endured the siege of Budapest in 1945, during which Soviet and German forces clashed throughout the city. He and his mother sought refuge with the family of Elsa Brandeis, even attending their Lutheran church services. At the age of 17, Soros relocated to Paris before eventually settling in England. There, he enrolled at the London School of Economics, studying under the philosopher Karl Popper. Despite facing financial challenges, Soros worked odd jobs as a railway porter and waiter, even receiving assistance from a Quaker charity. He was passionate about internationalism, often speaking at Speaker's Corner about the virtues of unity in Esperanto, a language he had learned from his father. Soros graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Philosophy in 1951 and later earned a Master of Science in the same field in 1954 from the London School of Economics. Initially aspiring to become a professor, Soros's academic journey took a different turn when he joined an investment firm in London, marking the beginning of his illustrious career in finance. George Soros's journey into the world of finance traces back to his early days as a clerk at Singer Friedlander, a London-based merchant bank, in 1954. Rising swiftly through the ranks, Soros honed his skills in the arbitrage department, gaining invaluable experience. It was during this period that a colleague's recommendation led him to make the pivotal decision to move to New York City and join FM Mayer, a brokerage house. Arriving in New York in 1956, Soros immersed himself in the world of finance as an arbitrage trader specializing in European stocks at FM Mayer. His expertise in European markets became increasingly significant as U.S. institutional investors showed growing interest in overseas investments, driven by developments such as the formation of the common market. While originally intending to work at Wertheim Company for 5 years to save funds for philosophical studies in England, Soros's trajectory shifted as he developed the theory of reflexivity during his time there. Inspired by the ideas of his tutor Karl Popper, reflexivity posits that market values are influenced not only by economic fundamentals, but also by participants' perceptions, leading to feedback loops that impact market dynamics. In 1969, Soros launched the Double Eagle Hedge Fund, building on his earlier trading experiences and theories. With $4 million in investors' capital, including his own contribution, the fund grew steadily, laying the groundwork for what would become the Soros Fund. Over the years, Soros's innovative approaches to trading and his application of reflexivity theory propelled him to prominence in the financial world, marking the beginning of a remarkable career in finance. In 1970, George Soros established Soros Fund Management and assumed the role of chairman. Over the years, the firm saw a rotation of notable figures in senior positions, including Jim Rogers, Stanley Druckenmiller, Mark Schwartz, Keith Anderson, and Soros's own sons. However, by 1973, Soros faced perceived conflicts of interest that limited his ability to effectively manage both the Double Eagle Fund and the newly established Soros Fund. As a result, he resigned from the management of the Double Eagle Fund and offered investors the option to transfer their investments to the Soros Fund or remain with Arnhold and S. Bleichriger. Renamed the Quantum Fund after the physical theory of quantum mechanics, Soros's fund had grown substantially to $12 million by this time, with only a small portion contributed by Soros himself. Alongside Jim Rogers, Soros reinvested their returns from the fund, as well as a significant portion of their 20% performance fees, thereby expanding their stake. Despite facing challenges such as a 22% loss in 1981 and substantial investor redemptions, the Quantum Fund continued to thrive. In July 2011, Soros made the decision to return funds from outside investors, valued at $1 billion, and instead invested funds from his family fortune, totaling $24.5 billion. This move was prompted by changes in U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission disclosure rules, which Soros believed would compromise his duty of confidentiality to his investors. At that time, the fund had averaged over 20% per year compound returns. The Quantum Fund achieved remarkable success in 2013, making $5.5 billion and reaffirming its status as the most successful hedge fund in history. Since its inception in 1973, the fund has generated an impressive $40 billion. In 2015, the fund announced its intention to inject $300 million to support the expansion of Fen Hotels, an Argentine hotel company. This investment would facilitate the development of 5,000 rooms across various Latin American countries over the following 3 years. Until the 2004 presidential election, George Soros had not been a significant donor to U.S. political campaigns. However, during the 2003 to 2004 election cycle, he donated $23,581,000 to various 527 groups aimed at defeating President George W. Bush. Following Bush's re-election, Soros and other donors established the Democracy Alliance, supporting progressive causes and infrastructure in America. Soros continued his philanthropy by donating $35 million to New York State in 2009 for underprivileged children and contributing to the Center for American Progress. Soros's political involvement drew attention in subsequent years, with reports questioning his role in movements like Occupy Wall Street, which he denied funding. Nevertheless, Soros emerged as a significant supporter of Democratic candidates, donating to super PACs backing President Barack Obama's re-election and later supporting Hillary Clinton in the 2016 presidential race. He continued his political contributions, launching the Democracy PAC for the 2020 election cycle and donating over $5 million to it by July 2019. In recent years, Soros has focused on progressive criminal justice reform, donating substantial sums to support candidates advocating for reform in local district attorney elections. His contributions played a significant role in the election of candidates like Larry Krasner in Philadelphia and George Gaskin in Los Angeles County. Soros's influence extended to the 2022 United States elections, where he emerged as the country's largest donor, contributing $128.5 million to support the Democratic Party. George Soros's personal life reflects a journey marked by marriages, philanthropic endeavors, and family connections. He married Annalise Whitsock in 1960, with whom he had 3 children, Robert Daniel Soros, Andrea Soros Colombo, and Jonathan Thibodeau Soros. Each of his children has made significant contributions to various fields, from education to philanthropy and politics. Soros' second marriage was to Susan Weber in 1983, resulting in two children, Alexander Soros and Gregory James Soros. Alexander has notably become known for his philanthropic efforts focused on progressive causes. Despite his family life, Soros has been candid about his childhood fantasies of being a god, a sentiment he later reflected on, stating that he does not believe in God. In 2013, Soros married Tomiko Bolton, and as of 2022, he owned homes in Manhattan, the Hamptons, and Katona, New York. Additionally, in December 2023, Soros experienced a swatting incident during a period of harassment targeting American political figures, highlighting the challenges he faced beyond his professional and personal spheres. George Soros' philanthropic efforts have left an indelible mark on the world, with Forbes listing him as the 162nd richest person globally in March 2020, with a net worth of $8.3 billion. Despite his wealth, Soros has donated 64% of his original fortune, distributing over $15 billion through his Open Society foundations, which support causes such as justice, education, public health, and independent media. His philanthropy dates back to the 1970s when he funded black students' education in apartheid South Africa and supported dissident movements in Eastern Europe. Soros' contributions extend globally, primarily through the Open Society foundations, which spend about $500 million annually. Notable projects include aiding transitional and emerging nations to become open societies, supporting internet infrastructure in Russia, eradicating poverty in Africa, and providing aid during crises like the siege of Sarajevo. Soros' commitment to education is evident in his donations to institutions like the Central European University and Bard College, with recent pledges totaling billions of dollars. Additionally, Soros continues to support racial justice groups, criminal justice reform, and civic engagement initiatives, demonstrating his ongoing dedication to creating positive social change. Apart from his financial endeavors, Soros has been involved in sports ventures, such as attempting to buy the Washington Nationals baseball team in 2005 and acquiring a stake in English football club Manchester United in 2012. He has also been recognized for his contributions to the financial world, being inducted into Institutional Investors Alpha's Hedge Fund Manager Hall of Fame in 2008 and ranked number 1 in LCH Investments list of top 20 managers in 2014. Additionally, Soros has received honors for his advocacy of liberal democracy, being elected as an honorary fellow of the British Academy in 2017 and named Financial Times Person of the Year in 2018. In 2019, Soros was awarded the Ridenour Prize for Courage, where he pledged to donate the prize money to support an online publication exposing political developments in his native Hungary.